party, baby. It's like we're staring at the sun. Everybody's got the...
Well, hey, welcome back. If you're a regular viewer or a subscriber, if you're new, welcome anyway. Today, I got a couple quick things I wanted to run past you. Number one is something I briefly touched on a previous episode when I mentioned the phrase situational awareness. This is actually a concept that I learned in the police academy back in 1980. It means to literally be aware of your situation. So here's an example that you can try next time you're there. You're at the grocery store and you're coming out. Now, I'm not saying crimes happen all the time in grocery store parking lots. It all depends on where you live, but it has happened. One of the things you can do to protect yourself is to be situationally aware. When you come out, it's not difficult for us these days to just be pushing our cart and minding our own business, and here we go, but we're not watching what's going on around us. So what I like to do when I come out of the store and I'm walking across with the parking lot with that cart, I'm looking around. I want to see if there are any potential threats out there or somebody or something going on that it would be in my best interest to keep an eye on, see what's going on. So it's called being situationally aware. You're looking around and you're doing two things. Number one, you're scoping around to see if there's anything you need to be watching. Number two, if somebody is watching you, they have now noticed that you're not just going with your head down and here you go, possibly being a good target. They see you looking around. They see that you're aware. That makes you less inviting of a target. So whenever you're out in public in any parking lot, you're walking to and from your vehicle, be situationally aware. You don't have to be paranoid. Just look around you to see if there's anything going on. And other people will see you looking around too, especially the ones you might want to keep an eye on. So, situational awareness. The one thing I wanted to talk about today on how to protect yourself, I'm going to give you a link in this video, the description of this video. I'm putting in a link to a story that NBC News ran back in September of 25. It's still applying today, and it's actually something that's happened to me. I'm talking about your big box retailers. I don't want to name any of them by name because there's certainly more than one of them out there. And some of your big box retailers don't even have the big box store. You know which one I'm talking about. What it is that you want to start watching for, and this article will tell you about it, is a lot of your big box stores and your online retailers are now employing, and they have been for some time, third-party sellers. Okay, these are people such as, say you're looking at your favorite big box retailer's website and you look for something and it pops up. You need to be careful because now these big box retailers are using third-party vendors. What it is it's somebody outside the store that are offering these items for sale, and your big box retailer includes them in their offerings and they get a cut of the sale. So what you want to be careful of, and this article is kind of long, but it's really worth the read to protect yourself because identity thefts have happened through these third-party vendors. And the products that you're looking at may or may not be what you're really hoping to get. And then also the way I look at it too, wait a minute, I'm looking at something that I went to my big box retailer's website and I find this product, but my big box retailer, they're not selling this item. They're showing me this other retailer who's selling it. So third-party vendors you want to be very careful of. What happened to me one time, I have a particular brand of soap that I really like. I've liked it for years. I used to buy it from local retail stores from people I knew, but they are no longer around and no longer available. So it got to where I didn't really have a choice. I had to go to the online store to get my soap. Well, I didn't check very carefully who was selling this. So what I thought would be getting my soap, the price was a little higher than normal, but well, okay, no big deal. I'm okay with it. But what I didn't check was who was selling it and where they were based. So my soap that I purchased before, but now I bought from somebody different, now it took over 3 weeks to get there. Why? Because it came from Asia. And I didn't check the seller out carefully enough. So whether you're getting it from a big box retailer online or from your big large online retailers, and you know which one I'm talking about, carefully check out who is selling it. Find out, look to see, do they have a physical address somewhere? Do they have telephone numbers listed? If it looks shady, 9 times out of 10, it is. So when you're shopping online, just be very, very careful. Last thing real quick, I'm still seeing it in the news every day, and I'm still urging everybody, read your local news. That's your best source of information to find out what's going on around you, okay? Now, I'm still watching scams going on. They're getting better, they're getting different, but there's really my simple rule that you can follow that will go a long ways towards protecting you. No matter who is claiming to call you, whichever way they're contacting you, sending you a link, whatever, and they're saying, you have to pay this money or you're going to be in trouble or something's going on. If they're asking you for Bitcoin or for gift cards, no, hang it up right there and then, call the police. If it's someone claiming to be your bank, call your bank, hang up. If it really is your bank calling you, which 99 times out of 100, it's not going to be. Call your bank and find out. Hang up on the person. Don't engage in conversation with them. So again, keep your eyes out for those scams out there. They are proliferating. Okay, we're going to move on to physical fitness here today. We're going to get back to basics here. I've already gotten a couple of my step aerobic videos out, and I jumped the gun. It's only because I love step aerobics, quite a bit. But anyway, we're going to get started today on some flexibility and how to get started on your road to living a longer and healthier and happier and active life. Let's get going. Okay, well, the boomer generation, ours, I think, seems to be the first generation that's gotten older that has really embraced physical fitness, of staying healthy, of living longer. We are living longer, but the trick to it that I'm talking about here on my channel is if we're going to be living longer, don't we want to have a quality, longer life? We want to do the things that we want to do, to get out and about, still do this. See, I'm still having fun. I was out with my chainsaw last week, cutting up a dead tree on my yard, which is still out there waiting for me to cut it up some more, and it decided to fight back. But I'm still able to do that, to get out there with my chainsaw and do what I have to do, okay? So the one thing I want you to start thinking about for physical fitness, for us seniors, us boomers, and that is your ADLs. What's that? Adult daily living. The tasks, the things that we need to do and do for ourselves every day. Reaching up to get something out of the cabinet, reaching down to pick something off of the floor that we dropped, having to move something, going to the store, whatever it is we have to do, that's part of our adult daily living tasks. These are the things that we first want to stay healthy for. Now, we've got a long way to go on this show, and hopefully I'll be here for a long time too, doing it for you. What we're going to start off with, though, is one of the first things that we lose as we get older. Now, this is going on the premise that you haven't exercised, okay? And I'm talking you haven't exercised for a long time. When it comes to our skeleton, our muscles, and our bones and our attachments, several things happen to us as we age. And if we don't exercise, this is what will happen. Number one, we start to lose muscle mass. Our muscles actually go away. There's a couple of different types of muscle fibers we have. That's too technical, never mind. But they start to go away. Another thing that begins to happen is the attachments that we have, our ligaments and our tendons, that attach our muscles to our bones. They begin to stiffen and become less flexible. as we get older. And then of course the bones themselves, I'll talk about that more down the road. I'm talking osteopenia, osteoporosis. Believe it or not, all the studies are there, the evidence is there, and I am a science-based guy. If you're not a science-based person, you're watching the wrong channel. But the science has shown us that exercise will keep your bones strong and healthy. It will keep your muscles activated and working, and flexibility is part of the whole thing too. You might remember some episodes back, I showed you this. Yeah, that's my little personal triangle. Endurance, strength, flexibility. These are the three components that I've always built into my physical fitness programs in all the years that we've done. But what I want to start you with today is flexibility. Okay, now first off, again, you notice if you didn't watch the beginning of all of my videos, I've got the big warning up there. Before you start any exercise program, check with your doctor. If I'd have checked with my doctor and had my cholesterol checked before, I would have saved my heart attack. I would have saved myself my heart. Oh, you didn't watch that episode? Yeah, I had one of these. Yeah, I had one of those. Luckily, I got by without any damage if you haven't watched that episode. My cholesterol, I was genetically predisposed to it. And I didn't know it. I'd been running and everything, doing just fine until kabang. So, get yourself checked out. But for what we're going to do today, this is what I want to tell you. If you haven't been doing this for a while, then I'm going to show you some stretches today to get you started. Now, when I take on a new client, and I do an assessment on my new clients, I check for flexibility, and usually one of the first things that we work on is the core strength. No matter what other exercises you want to do down the road, the first thing we need to do is make sure our center is good and strong and stable so that we can do all the other exercises. But today we're going to do just some very simple stretching. And what I want to say, first off, pay attention now. Whatever I'm showing you today here, and you try it, if you feel pain, if you feel discomfort, stop immediately. And then, if you need to, check with your doctor to find out why you're getting discomfort or pain regarding whichever stretch it is that you're going to do. But when you're stretching, especially getting started, you're going to feel a little tension. You're going to feel some tightness in there. We need to go carefully, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, I'm going to start, for those of you who haven't done it in a while, for some sitting stretches. If you don't feel stable enough yet to actually try this, there's a couple of stretches you can do right here on your chair. Number one, I'll start this one. It's a simple hamstring stretch. You can start that by just extending your leg out, arch your foot up, point your toes up, and just simply lean in. Now get it off the edge. You don't want to hurt it there. I'm going to talk to you guys down the road about rollers, myofascial stretching. But for now, we're going to just do some quick static stretches. So stretch it out, and you can just lean in a little bit, stretch your arm down, and you should begin to feel a pull at the bottom part of your leg. When you feel that pull, stop. Hold it there for 15 to 30 seconds. You'll feel it starting to relax a little bit. Then you can let it up, and then in a minute or so, come back and do it again. Start doing sets of a couple of sets of stretches, and that'll get you started. Now, let's jump down here to our calves. You got your gastrocnemius and your soleus muscle. A couple of them that you can do this way. You can take your chair and you can use it to keep yourself stable if you're not too certain about your balance. But what you can do, push your leg back, put your heel down. So you notice now my foot is angled upward. And you can just lean forward and hold on to your chair, and then you'll feel that pulling at the back of your calf. So you want to hold it. Let me do that again because that'll come onto the soundtrack. So you want to hold it for about 30 seconds. When you feel that pulling back there, stop. Don't push it, just hold it. And as you hold it for about 30 seconds, you'll feel it starting to relax a little bit. You can do that with both of your legs. Again, you can hold on to your chair for stability if you need to. If you're okay with your balance, you can do one just like this, holding that calf stretch out. Now, let's talk about an adductor stretch. Your adductor muscle is the one right here on the inside of your leg. You can do this on your chair with your feet facing forward. That's the thing. Keep your toes pointed in the same direction. You can stretch your leg out, walk it out with your foot if you need to, and walk it back. You notice my leg is stretched out this way. Now do this slowly, especially if you haven't stretched this adductor muscle in a long time. And then you can lean out just a hair and you'll feel that pull on the inside of your leg. Again, hold it for about 30 seconds, okay? That's just a couple of your simple basic leg stretches to get you started. Now you can do a quadricep stretch if you want, and you can do that by bringing your foot back and then grabbing your ankle. If you need to hold on to your chair, do that, and then pull that and then point your knee down. This is a simple quadricep stretch. Again, you can pull it there until you start to feel a pull. Hold it, don't push it beyond that. Now, as time goes on and you keep doing these stretches, you'll find that your range of motion will begin to expand. That, hey, I wasn't able to reach that far back before, so that's going to be our first goal. Now, to get started on our core a little bit, we still need to get flexible, some stretches. So, one of the things I'm going to do here, this is going to be for your upper back. Now, posture, I want to mix this into the soup right now. I want you to start thinking about your posture. I've seen a lot of people with kyphosis, that is, the back kind of curves, all right? Now, the latest studies have shown that older folks about our age, on the average, spend about 60% of their waking hours doing this, sitting down. Whether it be for sitting at your computer, watching television, reading a book. Pay attention to your posture. Give yourself an assessment. If you're reading, are you reading like this? Or, I don't even want to start thinking about this. If you got that device and you know the one I'm talking about, and you're spending a lot of time sitting in the doctor's office waiting or doing it as whatever. See, look, see my neck? See my back? This is literally like our mother used to tell us. You keep doing that and it's going to stay that way. Believe it or not, Mom was right. You keep doing this over periods of time, years and years, and pretty soon your posture, your actual spine will begin to show the effects of it. So, if you're sitting and reading, try to change your posture a little bit. Get yourself up. When you're walking, look at yourself when you're walking. Are you walking with your head down? Get your head up. Look around. There's a great big world out there. As crazy as it's getting these days, it's still out there. Look around. Get your posture up. So, flexibility, we want to add into it. Here's a very simple upper back stretch that'll help you get on the road to getting your posture and getting some strength and flexibility built up out there. You can start again by sitting on your chair. I'll get sideways here. Put your hands together and put your fingers interlaced. Stick them out, okay? Now, don't just bend over, but what I want you to do is keep your lower and middle back straight, and I want you to stretch forward. Roll those shoulders forward and feel that stretching across your upper back. And hold it there for about 15 to 30 seconds. Now, as you do this down the road, you keep doing it, you'll be able to do it more and more. I don't feel much of mine on these days because I'm pretty good back there. But if you're getting started, this is another one to get started with, and that is your back stretch. I'm going to be doing a lot more down the road. I'm going to keep it short for today. I gave you just a few to work on, and you can go from there. Got more. So in the meantime, keep in mind your posture. Get up there. And for walking, okay, walking is still the best exercise that you can get started with. Check to see how you're walking. Are you shuffling? If so, start thinking about that. If you're going to a gym, check to see if they have somebody like me, a senior fitness specialist available, somebody who knows what's going on, who has studied exercise and the aging process. But for now, this will be a good start. And for the fun section today, I'll go out of the box a little bit and I'll talk to you about that in just a minute. Okay, us boomers, we are an enigma to a lot of younger people. They're not sure what to make of us. But one thing that they won't admit, at least not openly, is that the younger generations love our music. And we had such a wide variety of it starting in the late 50s. We're in late March now of 26. Just last week was the anniversary of the first rock and roll music concert. It happened in Cleveland, and it was called the Moondog Coronation Ball. Alan Freed put it on. They got one song down, and then the police decided this was not a good idea, and they shut it down. So they tried to shut our music off since day one. But our music was just so different as the years flowed through, all the way from the late 50s into the 70s, and then even beyond. I still listen to a lot of music way past that. But what I'm talking about here mainly today is, did you get old? I mean, did you get old? Now, I'm pushing the big 7-0 coming up here. But you know what? Between my ears, I'm still 30. I still love getting out and having fun. I love doing a lot of different things. And down the road, I've got some ideas for some segments, how you can keep your mind and your body and your eye-hand coordination and just have fun. Because that's what life is supposed to be, that I thought the whole time. It's too short to not have fun. And just because our chronological age is getting up there shouldn't mean anything. I firmly believe in the old saying, you are only as old as you feel. I believe that is to be an absolute truth. There are many of us that are at so many different levels of what we're able to do. But did you get old? Think about it. Now, I still love listening to the music that we listened to back in the 60s and the 70s. And a lot of it, more than you might know, is right here on YouTube. Just look around for whatever song you haven't heard in a long time and play it and have fun. Remember what it used to be. Remember when we used to say, don't trust anybody over 30? Yeah, well, we passed that milestone quite some time ago, didn't we? But it's okay. As long as we're having fun, and I'm still I still love playing my favorite music and getting up and dancing around the house.
I dig rock and roll music and I love to get the chance to play and sing it. I figure it's about the happiest sound going down today.
See, you can do it when nobody else is looking. Personally, I don't care if anybody's looking. The most they'll do is run away. But hey, fellow boomers, older folks that are up here with me, dinosaurs, wannabe dinosaurs, growing old is optional. Your chronological age may not change, but how you change is still very firmly within your control. So hey, get out there, play your music, have fun, keep yourself young. That's how we're going to do it. So in the meantime, that'll wrap up this episode. Hope to see you again for the next one. We got more good stuff coming down the line. I hope you come back and join with that. And in the meantime, remember what my mentor and one of the guys I looked up to and had a blast watching, remember what Brother Red Green said, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together.
Welcome to the strangest party, baby. It's like we're staring at the sun. Everybody's got the invitations, hoping that you're gonna come.